negative 10a plus 48, nothing, plus 2n, nothing. Pn, negative 6n, nothing, minus 4, plus 2a, nothing. Paa, negative 10. Pnn, negative 6. Pan, 2. Pn with respect to a. Of course, these have to be the same. Good, done. Step number 2, negative 10a plus 48 plus 2n equals 0. Negative 6n minus 4 plus 2a equals 0. I have to solve this system. So first I'm going to move 48 to the other side and negative 4 to the other side and arrange them in the correct order, one below the other. So negative, I can also divide here by 2. So negative 5a plus n equals negative 24. I can also divide here by 2. A minus 3n, and to the other side is 4 divided by 2 is 2. So I simplify the system and arrange it correctly one under the other. Okay, so I can eliminate a, multiplying here both sides by 5. So negative 5a plus n equals negative 24. 5a minus 15n equals 10. This goes away. I have negative 14n equals negative 14. I love it. N equals 1. If n equals 1, then a equals 5. Make sure that you present this in the correct order. A comma n. So a comma n is 5 comma 1. So this is the point in question. Now I have to calculate the d. In step number 3, calculate d. So remember fxx at 5 comma 1 times fyy at 5 comma 1 minus fxy at 5 comma 1 squared. This, I should have written p, so sorry. So PAA, PNN, PAN. Sorry about that. So PAA is negative 10. PNN is a negative 6. This is 2. So 2 squared. So let's see what we get. Negative 10 times negative 6 is 60. And minus 4, this is a positive number. We're in business. Meaning 5 comma 1 is either a max or a min. Since PAA at 5 comma 1 is a number less than 0, 5 comma 1 is a relative max. What is the relative max? I don't know. I have to copy PAN here. Negative 5a squared minus 3n squared plus 48a minus 4n plus 2an and plus 290, and plug it in. So P of 5 comma 1, negative 5 times 25 minus 3 plus 48 times 5 minus 4 plus 2 times 5, 10 plus 290. So negative 75 minus 3 plus 48 times 5 plus 6 and plus 290. 458 mil. This is the procedure called a d-test for finding relative max or relative min or none of the above. There are 4 options, right? When d is positive, the function is a max or a min, but it depends on f(x(x), the value of xx, if it's positive or negative. If d is 0 or negative, nothing. So once we establish that d is positive and PAA was negative, we know now that 5, 1 gives a relative maximum for this function. But what is the actual value? I don't know. I have to plug in. I have to replace a by 5 everywhere and n by 1 everywhere and get the final answer. And this is it. Any questions on the d-test? We have time to work on another problem. Would you like to choose? Would you like to choose another problem? Would you like me to choose? Do you have any questions? Anyone, please? Is anyone with me, please? Okay, I'm going to choose 5. So you have another example. X cubed plus y cubed minus 3xy. So I know we have only 2 minutes. I'll stop in 2 minutes. I'll finish it up so you have it in writing. So in step number 1, I have to find fx, which is 3x squared minus 3y. And fy, which is 3y squared minus 3x. Fxx, which is 6x. Fyy, which is 6y. Fxy, which is negative 3. And fyx, which is, of course, negative 3. In step 2, I have to set these equal to 0. 3x squared minus 3y equals 0, and 3y squared minus 3x equals 0. So, of course, I will divide both sides by 3, and I get 3 up. And I get x squared equals y. So x squared equals y. And of course I divide by 3 and I get y squared minus x equals 0. So I will replace y by x squared. So I have x to the 4th minus x equals 0. X to the 3rd minus 1 equals 0. And the only real solutions are, and you can use the calculator here. The only real solutions are 0 and 1. So when x is 0, y is 0. So one point will be 0, 0, and the other point will be 1, 1. So for this example, I have to look at 2 points. So now the d-test, I'll start with 1, 1. So the d-test will be fxx at 1, 1 is 6, fyy at 1, 1 is 6, and negative 3 squared is 9. So I have 36 minus 9 is a positive number. And since fxx is positive, 1, 1 gives a relative minimum. What is it? I don't know. I have to find f of 1, 1. So I have 1 plus 1 minus 3. So this is negative 1. This is the relative minimum. It occurs at 1, 1. For 0, 0, I determine the d-test, or the d number. Fxx is 0 times 0 minus 9. So this is negative 9, nothing. For a relative max or relative min, D has to be positive. And then we analyze based on fxx. But this is nothing. So the only point of extrema, if we want to call that, that's the correct, it's 1, 1, it's a relative min. D turned out to be positive, fxx was positive, so this is a relative minimum. What is the relative minimum? I don't know, I have to plug it in. I went back to the function, I plugged it in, and 2 minus 3 is negative 1.